When I first started using Curology, like my skin was at its worst, and I stopped using it. My skin was fine, but then it went through another episode, and I started to use it again. This is where let your yes be yes and your nose be nose come into play, because when I initially stopped using Curology, I used it for this reason. My second go round was horrible. Look at my skin, the discoloration. I think it was doing better before I let her change my formula. I sent her photos and let her know what my skin was going through, and she changed my formula. Well, the formula she changed mine to was, I think it was tretinoin. It was clindamycin already in there, and I think I have to look at the bottle. So, yeah, it looks horrible as I don't know what. I'm not going back. I'm canceling my subscription. I'm going to an in-person dermatologist. Yeah, I woke up one morning and was like, what the hell is wrong with my face? You know, all these blotches. Now, it kind of looks a little worse because I got shea butter on my face. But, yeah, it was actually a lot worse. Like because it was so drying with everything I was using, the moisturizer, the cleanser, the acne cleanser, and the super bottle. It was so dry and it was peeling my skin all around my nose and around here. And I'm thinking like, wow, this is really working, because once it peels, the dark marks are going to be gone. No way, baby. Once it peeled, then it left like a bruise. So now it's not as dark as it was, but it is still very much dark. I'm just going to say this. If you don't have a real bad acne problem, my advice is just to use a good cleanser and use like a even skin tone lotion, something with a little, if you use, Pinoxyl is really good. It has 10% hydrogen peroxide in the face wash, foaming face wash. And if that's too strong for you, they have a 4% benzoyl peroxide foaming face wash, also with Pinoxyl, but I use the 10%, just to keep, because my skin, because I think that's best for me. Yeah, like I said, it looks better. Even though it looks bad, it looks better than it did a couple days ago. I'm going to insert a clip of how bad my face looked. Like, it was way worse, because it was like my skin was fighting to peek through. Like, the pigmentation was fighting to peek through and fighting to get even. But I could not take that chance with having light spots and dark spots on my face. It was looking horrible, so I just stopped. I'm not going back. I'm just going to go ahead and just appreciate what God gave me and leave it alone. Just keep my skin clean, cleanse, and try to watch my diet, because yeah, that much. So that was my Curology story, and no, I will not be returning back to use Curology again. Here's when you should have left well enough alone. Goes wrong and right. You know, let's begin. When I initially, the problem that I thought I had when it came to my face, it is nothing compared to now. Now, my skin has tiny little bumps on there, like little rash patches. When I use the super bottle and the acne cleanser and the moisturizer, everything was so drying to where it was peeling my skin, literally like peeling off, flaking up so bad. Every time I looked, my skin was flaking up. So I had to find something that will weigh it down that much and keep it from flaking, like the CeraVe healing ointment, or also you can try the shea butter. But anyway, it was just peeling like ridiculously ungodly. So after it stopped peeling, because I had slowed down using it because it was doing it too much. Like, if I didn't think to look in the mirror, I was wondering why somebody was staring at me. My face is flaking up all around here, right? That was strike one. Strike two was when I stopped using it. I looked in my car rearview mirror. I'm looking like, are you serious? It was it was the dark patches I have now, it was way worse. But look under here, around here, everything that I thought was a problem that I had to get rid of, now it is like times 4 to the 4th power. Yeah, sometimes we need to leave well enough alone, and I ain't got to bump my head twice because I'm done. I'm canceling my subscription. I'm not saying it's not for anybody else. It's just Curology is just not for me. I can say this. Maybe I should have stuck to my first super bottle, my first prescription that she had sent me, 4% azelaic acid, 1% clindamycin, and I think another 1 or 4% niacinamide. That was fine. It was when I switched to the when she switched me to the Trentanoin, is when the problem came. But it looks a lot better, believe it or not, than it looked. But look at me. I didn't have this problem and I created it. Sometimes we be looking at things like, oh, I gotta fix this, when you should just leave it the hell alone. And that's what I should have did. But once I get my skin back to, I'm just gonna keep it cute. I use a little panoxyl, and a little blue. It's like a 10% benzoyl peroxide in a foam and face wash. It look like lotion. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it. And then I use my shea butter for to even my skin tone. I'm just gonna keep it like that. I use the panoxyl because I touch my face. I have animals, they be in my face, and I wanted it to get any type of bacteria from the fur, my hands, whatever. I wanted to clean it out, and I needed to feel good, like this clean. And it also the peroxide help brighten dark marks. So that and the raw shea butter. Yeah, sometimes you need to leave well enough alone because you can end up in a worse position than you were from the beginning, and that's where I'm at. Yeah, I forgot to add this. When I read too late, if Trentanoin, it has counter reaction with sunlight. If you use Trentanoin, you have to use sunblock because the sun has an effect. It will make your skin look darker. It will darken up your face once the sun hits it if you do not use sunblock while you're using the Trentanoin prescription, while that's one of your ingredients. So that could have been it too. It's just I'm not trying to sit around and keep on using it to figure out if that was the problem or if it just didn't agree with me. And by then I'll be looking like I would have to wear makeup, and I don't want to have to do that. So I'm at the point where I'm not at the point of no return. I'm still able to get through this without having to put pounds and pounds of makeup on every day. But let that be a lesson to myself and to you. If it ain't broke, please don't fix it. Please don't. Some of us, our skin it's not as, we don't have a problem as bad as some other people do. Like they have really nasty, the acne is really bad looking, like I think they call it bacteria acne, I'm not sure. But yeah, if yours is not that bad, try to find something else, because you could, like I said, you could be making matters worse and not even realize until it's too late. Toodles.